So definitely welcome everyone. I hope you had definitely thank God it's Friday. A lot to go over, a lot to discuss. I don't even know where to begin, but let's give it a few more seconds and welcome everybody. Nick, what's up, my brother? Hope you guys had a good week. I know you guys are doing a lot of work there, back and bone. Yeah, actually, today I want to do a shout out to one of our paid subscribers, Dr. Eric, there you go. Love. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. If I'm not, you'll kill me when you see me. But today, it was great to see you, grab some lunch and incredible work you're doing. We're going to be doing some incredible stuff. Dr. Love is going to be joining me and Nick and others later on, sometime next week. Maybe not next week or the following week, because when I get back, next week is a big week for us, and we have a lot of interesting stuff that we're going to talk about. He just has some incredible information, and he's part of our community. And definitely, guys, if you haven't yet, definitely give him a follow, because he's going to be helping out with a lot of this incredible stuff, helping us fight this MAHA, the Make America Healthy Again type of, Eric is exactly, he's awesome. I met him today finally, Nick. And so he's going to help us because I'm not a doctor and I don't have experience and I don't like to deal unless I have the facts. And that's why I went to meet up with Eric today, because he definitely is somebody that is no bullshit. He has the facts. So I'm going to go on the limb and say that Eric is going to join our team, and we're going to do a lot of stuff fighting, especially healthcare and stuff, not only here in Florida, but also, nationally, because we have a lot of stuff coming, some big announcements I can't share with you yet, folks. And I wish I could, but I can't. But I promise you, we will go talk about it and we'll discuss it. So yeah, let's go. Let's just jump into a lot of this stuff, because we got a lot of stuff going on that I want to first. Let's wrap up the week. It was a incredibly crazy week. A lot of things have transpired this week, and a lot of it having to do with the Epstein files. First of all, just give you a quick update on for all of our Ukrainian supporters and for all of the love you guys show us. God bless you guys. Tomorrow. I'm going to put out. I'm putting together. I'm asking some of our people here to put together a video of some of the work that Alexander has been doing over the past several days. It's incredible, and we're going to speak more about it tomorrow, and I'm going to put it out for you guys to see and give you more of an update over the weekend. I'm going to be doing a special live having to do just with Ukraine. Nothing really changed except for the bombings continuing. The negotiations have stopped, and we'll go into a full break. And I have some interesting news I'm going to share with you later today that has to do with Ukraine and Russia and everything else. And I'm going to connect some of the dots, see what's playing out. So slam those hearts, folks, because we have a lot to discuss. But let's start off with what transpired this week. So a lot. First of all, riding from our trip to Washington, D.C. from the prior week, we were able to open up a communication with Congress, thanks to some of our incredible team. I know somebody gave us the name the Wolfpack, and we'll wear it proudly. So thanks to the Wolfpack, Ellie Leonard, Zev Shalev, and others, Kate Justice, Waj, Dean, and, so many to name. I mean, each and every one of you, we're all the Wolfpack, because the Wolfpack is not, and I don't want it to sound like it's about any one individual. The Wolfpack is, a movement that we're using to fight basically corruption and to go after the truth, to go after, especially when it has to do with the Epstein files. So basically, out of some foolish argument, a movement has been born. So that's all it is, folks. It's a movement. It gives pride. It's not something that we're trying to make fun of anybody. It's not something to throw out. Smokey, you guys, if you get your T-shirts and if you don't mind, post them up there. If you got your Wolf gear, put it up on, and I will retweet it. I'll like it, and let the community see, let people see, and we'll get some more designs. But that's what it stands for. I just want to make sure that it's not against any one individual. It's against everybody to get the truth out when it comes to the Epstein files and everything else. But what the Wolfpack has been able to do, folks, is Zorro Ranch. For those of you that might have been traveling or might have been busy working and has a lot. That's right. So the truth has a lot of teeth, and that's why that's part of one of our T-shirts actually. So Zorro Ranch, we were able, because of the incredible work that Zev and Ellie did, we were able to get over to Congress, and they were able to. Now you see, there's an active investigation opened up into Zorro Ranch, folks. This is huge because some of the stuff we're not hearing about right now, but it's already active. There's active investigation happening. They're talking about cadaver dogs, all kind of stuff to be able to uh get start looking into, and that's because of our group here, and because of our community, because of the Wolfpack, because of each and every one of you that is out there. And I see you guys digging through the Epstein files and sending it to Ellie, going through our hotline, sending it. I see you guys, and that's what I'm saying to you. It's incredible community, guys. I just want to say shout out to each and every one of you. I want you to really feel, because everybody's doing something, and that's the important part. And that's why I say, those of you that can't become paid subscribers, or those of you that can't contribute, there's so many other ways to be able to contribute to our movement. And that's why I want to make sure always that you never feel out of place, because we are a family and everybody can do something. Those that can become paid subscribers, contribute. Those that can go the extra mile by spreading it 3-4 times for people that can contribute, because everybody works. So, guys, don't even worry about. I know some of you, Michael Cohen. Look, I just want to say quickly, so we don't, because I don't want to talk about Michael Cohen. I have been. I'm just going to make a statement so we can move on, because I know a lot of you guys are really upset with the things that are going on with Michael Cohen. I know some of their subscribers are attacking, and it's disgusting what's going on. But let me say this: we're trying to get down to the truth. Michael Cohen has been trying to reach out and say that he has some evidence that to prove that all of this is nonsense and that we are wrong, and he wants an apology. I have responded to him, and I'm going to be very transparent with you guys, because I responded to him, and I've asked him countless times to come on to do live, so we can have a live conversation, so we don't have to, say he said, she said. Michael refuses to do that. Michael said he wants to have a personal conversation with me before we go live. I am contemplating. Actually, yesterday I actually called him. He didn't pick up. He said he was doing a live, and he said he's going to call me back. I'm contemplating, but I'm not calling him to apologize. I'm calling him, and I told him in my text message that if we do have our conversation, I'm going to ask him a lot of hard questions, and if he's ready for it, I'm ready to do it. And so I don't know if I'm, because I have a lot of things going on. It's not my number one priority, but I'm just letting you know, for the community's sake, for even people that are with him, and for everybody's sake, I'm considering to give him that phone call and to listen to what he has to say. And I'll be honest with you, if he has proof, if he has something that he could show, I will be the first one to bring it here, because that's what it's about. It's getting to the bottom of the truth, and that's all we asked of him to do it. Don't do it, guys. Well, how about this? You know what, why don't you guys put in the chat later on? We'll do a little vote. Should I call him or should I not? I'll do whatever you guys tell me to do, because again, it's I don't either one way or the other. I'm doing it for our community, so it's up to you guys. We'll put that in the chat. But as far as that goes, right now, there's nothing else to talk about Michael Cohen, folks. There's no news. It's all the same thing. There's things that I have questions, and others that would like to ask Michael. Whenever Michael's ready, we're going to go over it, and hopefully that will help us get to the truth. Because again, he had obviously 14 years, extremely close relationship to Trump. So that's all I'm going to say. That the other thing is, don't give them the negative energy. No, you don't need to. If you don't agree or listen to Michael Cohen, you don't need to go into his chats, and you don't need to go and unless it somehow makes you feel good. But what I'm saying to you, you don't need to defend me. I love you guys and I appreciate it, but there's no reason to go even give that energy. We have a lot of positive energy. I'm not worried. I have thick skin. I'm not worried about three, four people, that are out there trying to cause trouble and insult. And because, again, if they have the facts, I will listen to anybody. I've asked them to come up plenty of times. As you could see, none of them do so. I don't want you guys to even get caught up with it. We need to move forward unless, obviously you get approached. As I always tell my kids, if somebody, do not be bullied. If somebody comes at you, you definitely respond. So yes, but you don't, if you don't need to go in the lives and don't do all of that unless you really want to. If you do, enjoy it. Again, not telling you do it because, but we are going to get to the bottom either today, tomorrow, a month from now, a year from now. Eventually, the truth is going to come out. And so it doesn't matter. So I just wanted to say that. Now, going forward, Zorro Ranch was incredible that we did that. The other thing that we broke that was, folks, if you didn't see, I recommend you go back. Some of the reporting this week about Howard Lutnick was just, I can't even tell you. It was just not only tremendous because, and I want to stop a little bit about Howard Lutnick because it was extremely important because we connected a lot of dots. Again, our team, the Wolfpack, the leader of this reporting was Zev Shalev. Zev actually, because of his incredible knowledge of the way Russia works and some of that, and the way that he's been following the money trail. And me and him have been working closely behind the scenes with that, and you guys know that. And we basically were Zev found in the files, and we were able to pass on to Congress basically about Lutnick's, not only Lutnick's lies that he was on the island, but the fact that there's conversation about his nanny, and we're not going to rehash everything. I just want to give you, because we have a lot to talk about, so I don't want to spend 3 hours rehashing everything. But I recommend you definitely, guys, for those of you that have not are getting caught up, might have been working all week, didn't get it. Recommend you going back. It's all on the Substack. We have the lives that are out there that we did during the week, and we have the what's it called, Substack letters that I've written, and you guys could get caught up, and I recommend you do that. I recommend for a lot of the new subscribers here, on your days off, I recommend you guys go back, even go way back, go back 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and look at some of the stuff that we were talking about and some of the stuff I've been telling you to keep an eye on. It's very important because a lot of this stuff is now coming into fruition, and a lot of the stuff that I've been warning you about, and I've been telling you, and these names are now starting to happen. And because they're starting to happen, a lot of people that are misinformed, they think this is something new, and they're getting again distracted. And that's why I always say keep your eye on the ball. And that's why if you do have time, I recommend you go back and you listen to some of the stuff I talked about, especially when it came to Witkoff, Kushner, Kirill Dmitriev, the relationship over there, things that pertain to Venezuela, and obviously everything having to do with Donald Trump. And you'll understand, and it'll catch you up. Also, I definitely, before I forget, because my wife will kill me, she said she is getting the books out, folks. I know some of them, we're a one-man shop. Me and my wife are doing it together. So she's getting the books today, tomorrow. She'll be working on that, getting them out to you guys. And we have a few left. I recommend, because we're going to stop selling them through Amazon. And we're going to be a little delayed. I recommend, if you haven't yet, make sure you get it. Incredible. I promise you, it will connect all the dots that you're seeing being played out between Russia, Venezuela, the Trump, literally the same people that are being played out. So definitely recommend you guys do it. And also, if you haven't yet, put it in the chat, sign the petition. The petition, we have over 30,000. Just think about it, folks, 30,000 signatures. It's incredible. We have 30,000 signatures, but we need more. I want to get it to at least 50,000. I'm saying to you. So let's please, it's a signature. It costs no money. We should be able to spread it far and wide and get more signatures, because hopefully we're going to submit it to Congress this week, because as you guys know, and we'll talk about it in a little bit, we're going to Washington D.C. this week. Also, we're not sitting down. We're going to D.C. So and I'm going to talk to you about that. So Howard Lutnick, very important. Let's connect the dots quickly. First of all, we now know that Howard Lutnick not only was on Epstein's island with his kids, with the nannies. We also know that Lutnick lied to us about doing business because he's been doing business with Epstein. We're now starting to see and finding out patterns of Lutnick going back and the criminality and financial criminal activities that have been going on with Lutnick, Epstein, and a lot of these people in this circle that's been going back way back into the 90s. And so there's a lot more to be uncovered. And I could tell you Trump is not happy with Lutnick, but it's Trump is in a dictator's mode where he's not going to give you a win. Millie Jones, got your T-shirt? Put it up there. I'd love to see some of the shirt. I'm waiting for. I can't believe you guys got your shirts quicker than mine. I ordered it the same day it came out. I love it. I'm waiting for mine. It should be here any day. I'll be wearing it proudly every day. I can't wait to get the shirts out. Also. So Lutnick, we're going to stay on top of it. And Zev has some stuff he's working on. We're definitely staying on top of Zorro Ranch and Howard Lutnick, two major developments in the Epstein files this week. Also, yesterday, we had not breaking news, but we had an earthquake the size of a 9.0 on the Richter scale. We had, finally, we started seeing accountability. We had the Andrew, formerly known as Prince Andrew, basically getting arrested. Huge. Yes, he did not get arrested for child trafficking, sex, or any of the pedophilia stuff. But folks, he got arrested. He got arrested because, like I said to you, there's a lot of stuff in there: the financial crimes, the pedophilia, and all of that. It's all going to tie together. It doesn't matter what they go down. Once they get into the system, once the question starts going, trust me, I've been there. It takes on a world of itself. As long as they're not covering it up, as long as absolutely, Deanna, we're gonna put Andrew's name in our. Actually, guys, Jay, if you're out there, to our volunteers, let's add. We need to update the. Thank you for reminding us. Update our petition and add some names to the subpoena list, like Andrew. We definitely need to do now that he is out there. So definitely, we need to go out and subpoena Andrew. And I want to tell you guys, Andrew is just the beginning, because unless and that's why I said we were talking about Zev's show. If you guys didn't watch what we were talking about, I apologize. The sun is in my eyes here a little bit. I'm outside. The sun is going down, and it's kind of right in my eyes. But Andrew and the UK is a very big link to Russia. You could see some of the email. I don't know if you've seen some of the emails that we've uncovered. I think it was Ellie that has put them out there, where they're actually talking about Epstein talking with Andrew about sending him a 26-year-old Russian girl, and he's talking about how is she going to give me the what's it called, Jeffrey massage, whatever that means. So very important link that is starting to fall, because remember, this is like having a dam break. You can't just come out and have it go right away. It takes a little bit of time, and it takes a brick by brick. That's why I always say to you, I use this. I said I helped build Mega, and I'm going to take it apart piece by piece. That's why I keep saying it to you. And it's the pieces until eventually the water bursts and it's all over. Mount Sinai, yes, they need to subpoena Mount Sinai. We spoke about that. Just think about the Wajahit and the articles that are starting to come out. There's just so much going on, and the craziness about it is like that Trump is just and his inner circle are literally just pretending like it doesn't exist, because and I want to mention something that nobody's talking about, and I want to keep our eye on the focus. I've been warning you guys about this election reform. I've been speaking to my sources, and Tulsi Gabbard, nobody's talking about it. But right now they're planning some major stuff. And I'm trying to, I'm warning Congress. Where I'm speaking to the proper people. I just don't know what can or cannot be done, even though we know what's coming. It's like sometimes I feel like right now it's like the hurricane is coming. coming towards you. You know it's coming, and there's literally nothing you could do about it. You have to weather the storm, and that's what I kind of feel like is happening with what's going on in Georgia behind the scenes. What's going on with their plan for election? Because what you saw today with the tariffs, and I'm going to get into the tariffs, is similar to what's happening with election reform. And I call it election reform because that's what they call it. So, but actually, it's Project 2025 and their way to steal the elections. Their way to try to somehow manipulate the elections. I apologize. My phone is nonstop ringing. Okay. So I just want to make sure that you guys keep a focus. There's I don't have any real new reporting or breaking news on it, so it's not like But I want to make sure that because a lot of people have forgotten that happened. I've been speaking today with some of my sources talking about the tariff stuff that we're going to get into, and one of them mentioned to me literally saying, "Can't believe the shit that they're planning in Georgia," and I've spoken to you about some of the stuff is like prosecutions, indictments, a shift that there was a foreign entity that was involved in election interference. I mean, all kinds of stuff to be able to implement certain rules, to be able to try to manipulate and steal elections in certain states. And they're not hiding the states. They said the 15 states. They're all Democratic states, and basically states that Trump says that he won. So I want to keep your attention to it because I know it's not in the news, just like Ukraine is not in the news, just like Venezuela is not in the news. But these are things, and Venezuela, we're going to go into in a second, also are very important. So please, folks, I know it's a lot to ask of you because the Epstein is number one for us to be able to get our democracy back, to be able to try to start holding them accountable. But these are things that, elections is number one for us to be able to regain certain powers to be able to have accountability. And that's why I ask of you to, because nobody's doing this, and that's why we have a loud voice. We have a big community. I'm asking each and every one of you to make your phone calls, not just about the Epstein files, but when you're calling your Congress people, remind them about what happened in Georgia. Remind them about Tulsi Gabbard. Remind them about what Trump said about that he wants 15 states. This is very important. Maybe even we'll put together a letter. Folks, that's actually great. If I'm going to speak to our volunteers out there, maybe we'll put together a letter and we'll spread it out to all of you, where you could just email it to all of them. So this way, you guys could just copy and paste the letter we put together, demanding that put the pressure on, because nobody, by the time they start talking about it, I don't want it to be breaking news. All of a sudden, this is what's going on, and here we are, because some of the stuff we're going to talk about later today, right now, is literally was breaking news 6 months ago. We talked about it, and now they're catching up to it. And I'm trying to figure out how to stop that and not just come out here and be a great entertainment by giving news. We're trying to figure out this year, like I said, it's about action, not just talking. And part of it is we're going to DC on Monday also, and I'm going to bring you up to speed on that. But Andrew's really big, and that was something that happened this week. So, folks, it's just the beginning. They got Andrew is now out, and somebody that's been part of the system, not in the UK, but I'm sure it's similar when you talk about as a human being, to see what's it called. And I could tell you that he right now, Andrew is thinking how to be able to live a future life, because right now the walls are coming in, and the only way people in his position have any chance of going forward, it's either opening up. Put it this way, I do not see Andrew as somebody that is going to go to prison. Andrew's the type of person that either is going to have an accident or suicide, or Andrew is going to start spilling the beans, folks. That's what I think, Stacey. It's one of two things. He's not going to prison, in my opinion, just from knowing people like Andrew. Andrew's the type of person that, especially where he is. Prince Andrew. I don't know how else to call him, but Andrew, the pedophile has been arrested in the UK. He's arrested under financial and treasonous charges, but they're very serious charges, even though they're not pedophilia. And I can promise you that this is not the type of person. This is a person that either these are the type of people. They're so privileged. They live such a privileged life their whole life. They cannot stay. Did you see his face yesterday driving in the back seat of the car, spending some time in that facility? I could promise you, a jail cell. It's either an accident, either suicide, or this guy will spill the beans about everything. I could promise you. We'll see what happens. That's not a factual thing. I'm just giving you my opinion. Knowing people, I don't know Andrew personally, but I know the type. I've seen a lot of them. And, especially the ones that have these nasty little secrets that are protected by power, by wealth, for so many years, that are able to get away with everything. And when they get caught and they have to pay the piper, they don't know, they can't, because they live in a different world. They don't live in the real world that we live in. They live in a world where they could get, and trust me, when you go to prison, it's a difference. So that's why, Andrew, watch out. That's a story just starting. Also, yesterday, if you guys were with us, we had some more incredible breaking news. We had the Wexner testimony. We had last night. We did a special. Zev Shalev, myself, and Wazirhit Ali. We played. Zev was able to take the Wexner testimony, break it down. For those of you that joined us so much, we were able to break it down and basically go over and see some of the things he did. And there were some very interesting things that happened in that testimony that I'd like to talk about, and some things that we're going to continue talk about going forward, because there's things that I want you, and I hope, guys, you can even take notes about stuff like this, because we're connecting the dots and we're going to continue, and there's a lot of things that we're leading into and that we're talking about. So Wexner, first of all, the way he described Trump yesterday, the way he was saying some of the stuff. More and more I kept watching it. I rewatched it. That was another message. That was another message. And then something else hit me. I have an incredible friend that wants to be anonymous, helps behind the scenes, and texted me today. And she texted me basically saying, "Did you see who this lawyer, Wexner's lawyer?" Because Wexner, we had that whole incident where his lawyer turned around and said, "If you, I will effing kill you if you say more than five words." Remember that? And we were talking about, so. This incredible friend texted me behind the scenes saying, "Do you know who he works for? Who this lawyer?" So let me tell you who this lawyer actually also worked for prior to uh, working for Les Wexner, or maybe at the same time. So I'm going to remind you that, remember when Donald Trump was indicted for the what's it called, foreign, what's it called, taking the records to Mar-a-Lago and all of that. So I'm going to take you guys back a little bit, back in time. He had a lawyer at the time named Everett Cochran, if you guys remember it. Everett Cochran would represent Donald Trump. But Everett Cochran got into something because with the DOJ, because of the way the classified docs, thank you, Howard, because of the way they were going, the way he misrepresented what Donald Trump was telling him. So he had to go hire a lawyer. So a lawyer for former President Donald Trump retained an attorney to represent himself. That attorney, folks, his name was Michael Levy. Michael Levy is the attorney that is currently representing, and that you saw in that representing Wexner, telling him that he taking that phone call. First of all, I want you guys to go back and look at it again. It's very important, because if you go look at it again, he's on the phone while Wexner is giving testimony. He's on the phone, he's getting instructions, and then as soon as Wexner, he turns around, and I remember I told you yesterday, he's smiling. Wexner smiling. It's that, like, because it was a hot mic moment. So you could think that they're talking about nice, and he tells him, "I'm gonna effing kill you if it was what's it called? If you don't shut up." So folks, this is just the beginning. We're going to follow the trail. Shout out to one of our subscribers, followers. You know who you are, for bringing us this information, for connecting some of those dots, and linking me to showing me which way we're going to go, because that's a lot of stuff going on there. Uh, Russian. Okay. The other thing that this week I want to bring you up to speed on that happened, that nobody knows about, that the media is not talking about. Do you guys remember? I We had story time with Lev, and also I wrote letters about Venezuela. If you guys remember, I mentioned my ex partner. Yeah, Beth Michael Levy. He represented Eric Cochran. That's what. So he was part of the Trump orbit. And what law firm? I'll get you, Trish. Hold on a second. I'll get you. He works for the law firm. Pa, 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 pa. Hold on a second. I'll give you. Uh, Michael Levy is a part. He's a partner at Ellerman and Zena Levy PLLC. They specialize in high stake, white collar defense and investigations. I'm going to write a letter later about it, folks, and I'm going to put that in there for you guys to see the connection. We're gonna, but again, we're just getting on top of this. But yes, the connection. So Wexner's lawyer, you're hearing it here first right now. Wexner's lawyer was also the lawyer defending one of Trump's lawyers, Evan Cochran, in the documents case. And then you saw what transpired. He got a phone call. He's on the phone. I ask you guys to go rewatch it several times because it's a very important piece that will bring you up to it. I want to now shift gears a little bit to Venezuela, because if you guys remember, do me a favor, hit yes, why, if you remember the name Harry Sargent. I guys told you he was my ex partner, and I told you he was running Venezuela right now. That he's the one that they're helped put all of this together. He helped with Delcy, and with the Maduro. Remember Harry Sargent? Okay, so great, keep hitting it, because I'm gonna bring you back to what the new media is not talking about and what just transpired. So hold on, folks. Let me just get. So the Wall Street Journal, I guess not the New York Times. They all follow us. So the Wall Street, Beth. If you're new or if you don't remember, I recommend, for those of you that you're going to be hearing some really important information. For those of you who do not remember the name Harry Sargent, or don't remember me doing specials about Venezuela, I'm going to write a letter updating about this later. But I recommend you go back and take a look, and because it's really important because of what's going to be going forward. You could also read about it in my book. You could read about in some of the Substack letters I put out earlier in the year for the past 6 months. I promise you, I will connect some of those dots, and you're going to see, because don't worry, Beth. There's so much going on. I don't expect you. It's not about poor memory. Believe me, I can't even. I can't imagine. You guys are incredible. That's why I say take notes sometimes. And also, the great part is it's all documented on my Substack. So you could always go back and just if look back at some of the stuff. You could also do search engines, like and see what I said about some of the stuff earlier. I promise you, it will help you so much, because a lot of the stuff that's coming out right now, that for those of you that have been following me since I joined this community, we some of the stuff we've spoken about 6 months ago that we're going to get into in a second. One of them is about Venezuela. If you remember when Venezuela they took out Maduro, I'll remind you a little bit about it, give you the history. I came out and I told you that the big companies are not involved, that this plan was initiated back in 2018, 2019, by my ex-partner Harry, and exactly, there's so many names. Don't even worry about don't worry about the names as much as the information. The information is more important. The reason I just said the name is because I'm going to read something to you out to show you what's transpiring. So I broke this information. Nobody wrote about it. It was quiet. All of a sudden yesterday or the day before yesterday, I'm already confused with time. The Wall Street Journal broke the story. Thank you, Trish. The Wall Street Journal wrote an article about Harry Sargent, and they wrote the article because they were listening to the stuff that we were breaking. Because I also speak to a lot of journalists behind the scenes, and I could promise you that most of all of these journalists are here, are subscribers and are watching the stuff that we break. So you're getting the news just like they are together at the same time. So hold on a second. Let me get you to an interesting part. So Donald Trump, my friend sends me this and says, because I don't have Truth Social, I think they have some kind of algorithm. Every time I try to open an account on Truth Social, I think it's maybe my IP address or something, uh, and they cancel me out. So he sent me, because he's on Truth Social. So he sent to me, "Hey Lev, did you see this? Donald Trump put this out yesterday, right after the article came out. I want to read this to you, folks. Relationships between Venezuela and the United States have been, to put it mildly, extraordinary. We are dealing very well with President Delcy Rodriguez." Just think about what he's saying there, line by line. "Her representatives. Oil is starting to flow, and large amounts of money, unseen for many years, will soon be greatly helped for the people of Venezuela." So just let me explain something to you. This money is right now being sent over to an offshore account in Qatar. The people of America or Venezuela are not going to see this money. This is people that, yeah, the first people that are going to see this money are creditors, people that right now, Delcy Rodriguez, the government. I mean, does he really believe, thinking that people are just so stupid to understand that, why Delcy Rodriguez, who is just as bad, if not worse than Maduro, all of the, what's it called, military, everything are there, and they're just going to do it and give Trump all the money? No. And remember, Trump said in his own words that one of the reasons why he didn't open the account here was because there's too many creditors, American creditors, that are going to go after that. So Donald Trump is basically helping the Venezuelan government and the corruption continue, and help them get around American citizens, American companies, American creditors, to be able to feed this pipeline. I continue reading it. "Oil is starting flow. Large amounts of money, unseen for many years, will soon be greatly helping people of Venezuela. Marco Rubio and all of our representatives are doing a fantastic job. But we speak only for ourselves." And here comes the important part, because I know Donald Trump very well, and this is where we got him, folks. And this is where you say, "We got you," and we know he's paying attention. I'm going to continue. "But we speak only for ourselves and don't want there to be any confusion or misrepresentation. There is a story about a man named Harry Sargent III in the Wall Street Journal. He has no authority in any way, shape, or form to act on behalf of the United States of America. Nor does anyone else that is not approved by the State Department. Without this approval, no one is authorized to represent our country. Thank you, Donald Trump." So Donald Trump basically went out of his way to tell you guys that, tell the world that Harry Sargent is basically running the show. That Donald Trump basically said to you, yes, we got caught with our hand in the cookie jar, so we need to deflect. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a post and say, no, he's not. And we're going to supposed to believe that. So I just wanted to let you know that, very important, on Venezuela, something that is going on. So I wanted to bring that to your attention, because you can't make that up, folks. And it's just the beginning. Now let's go. Also, I need that phone when you get a chance. Also, okay. When you're done, give it to me. I'm sorry, guys. We're ordering the kid. No, go ahead. Go ahead. You give it to me after you're done. I'm sorry. We're ordering Uber Eats. Work. We gotta work. Oh, sorry about that. take care of the kids while we got that's craziness. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know it is beyond freaking wild, but the good part about it is we're on the right track. They're starting to pay attention and they're starting to respond, and that we're starting to rattle some cages. That's a very good thing. Also, what's it called? What? Let me see what else we got here. Okay, that's for them. All right. Another some other breaking stuff that we're going to talk about, okay, is do you recall for many months I kept warning you guys, telling you that Nord Stream 2, that I was, even before Jared Kushner, before Witkoff visited Trump the second time, I was telling you, watch it, make sure what's happening between Witkoff, between Kushner, between I think we're doing Chipotle. I think the kids want today Chipotle, so it's not pizza fry. It's Chipotle. They're getting. They want Mexican food. So yeah, they're. I'm not. No, I'm not eating that. Friday they get to choose whatever they want. Oh, I love. Trust me, my son Nathan, king crab legs, and loves. I can't even tell you. But the little ones, they like. So Friday they get whatever they want. So it's their treat for having doing great in school all week. So I want to bring you back to, again, because this is extremely important. So there's an article that came out, again, New York Times, but this is came out literally today. This article came out today, folks. I can't. We've been talking about. I've been telling you for a while about, and just for curiosity, how many of you remember, hit the yes or no about what I was telling you about Nord Stream 2, about that there's Trump supporters that are working behind the scenes with. See, Beth, your memory is really good. It's just a lot of information, and believe me, it's not a test or a. I'm just curious to see how many new people, because a lot of people sometimes are new and don't remember. If they don't, then I want them to go back. But for those of you that remember me constantly telling you that there's behind the scenes conversations going on, well, today the Wall Street Journal, I mean, the Reuters, New York Times, they all broke it. I'd like to read it for you. It's a quick read, but it's very important, because if you remember, there's a name I kept mentioning to you all the time, a name by the name of Gentry Beach. Just like Harry Sargent, it's probably another name that you guys. But Gentry Beach, if you guys Google him, this is a gentleman, and and I'll remind you the conversation. He used to go to college with Donald Trump Jr. And I remember, I even told you. Remember, I was at the RNCs with him, with his mom. I met the family. Donald Trump Jr. even brought him into the White House in the first administration to talk about deals that they were. I'm just reminding you some of the conversation. Just to remind you, if you don't, no problem. Go back, read the articles. Just take a look. Gentry Beach that I was writing about. You'll see how many months ago. So I was telling you, right? So today the article comes out, and I'm going to read to you. This is Reuters. Trump ally ties up with Russia's Novatek on natural gas in Alaska, New York Times reports. Moscow, February 20, Reuters. American financier Gentry Beach, the name I told you, Gentry Beach, who has ties to U.S. President Donald Trump family, signed an agreement with Russia's energy giant Novatek last autumn to develop natural gas in Alaska. Last autumn, folks. So 6 months ago, when I told you this was happening, they're reporting you right now. 6 months ago, when they signed this deal, 6 months ago, when if Congress, if somebody would have listened, maybe we could have stopped. 6 months ago, they signed a deal to drill for natural gas in Alaska. So I continue. In August, folks, August, I ask of you, please, just go take a look when I wrote about this. And I'm just curious for myself. Anybody out there that is great with technology, I'm curious for myself. When did I write about this? Because I don't know how to go back so far back. But in August, and I'm almost positive I wrote about this in August, if not earlier, Trump and Russia President Alaska. And then U.S. and Russian officials discussed several potential energy deals on the sidelines of the negotiations. The war, well, oh, I'm sorry. I, I hit something there. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. I hit something. Okay, the war is still raging in Ukraine after 4 years. The New York Times, which spoke to Texas, and remember, he's from Texas, spoke to Texas financiers, said he had quietly signed an agreement for Novatek to develop natural gas in Alaska. He told the newspaper that the project was in its early stages and faced significant hurdles still, declining to disclose the financial details. Novatek told the newspaper it was indeed having negotiation on potential use of its technology to do liquid LNG gas in remote northern Alaska, but did not confirm. Obviously, working with Beach. Beach was not immediately available for comment. Beach is the chairman and CEO of an investment firm called America First Global. Can't make this up, right? His name of his company is called America First Global. They hold interests in energy, mining, and infrastructure. His partner is Don Jr., folks. You can't make, I mean, this is, crazy. I mean, he helped raise funds. Oh, here goes. He helped raise funds for Trump's election campaign in 2016 with me. Remember, I told you that's where I know him from, and he contributed to shaping the administration's America First economic diplomatic agenda. Beach is also a college friend of Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., according to the New York Times. So here you have it, folks. You have some more breaking news at the end of the week, basically, news that we've been talking about for 6 months. Please, I welcome everybody, all of our new subscribers, all of the people joining us. Some of you that it's just hard to remember, a lot going on. This is very important for stuff going forward because these names, write them down, and please go back, take a look at what I wrote in August, what I wrote before that, after about Gentry Beach, about Donald Trump Jr.'s and Trump's people, and about what's going on with Witkoff and Putin, and how they're, and Alaska and all of that. It's all there. Very important. And now, last but not least, let's get into today, which was, just something amazing. We had a win, but actually it wasn't a win because with Donald Trump, it's even a win is not a win. So in the morning, it was an up and down day. We had breaking news. SCOTUS comes out and basically says, "We're telling you your tariffs are no good." But the one thing that nobody in the media reported on, and if you guys take a look, I put a post out on Substack maybe a half hour, 40 minutes later after the breaking news, maybe even sooner because I was actually on the phone discussing some other things with some of my sources and friends, and I could tell you that basically, the first thing that I was told, I said, "This is Trump is pissed like crazy," but this was expected. I said, "Expected? What do you mean?" He goes to me, "There's a backup plan. Trump has backup plans that are lined up," and you could tell between the communication that is going on between SCOTUS and what, because the backup plan that Trump was putting into motion, the backup plan that was talking about, folks, was outlined in the dissent by Brett Kavanaugh. Uh, Donald Trump uh, was very appreciative of Brett Kavanaugh, talking about how Brett Kavanaugh basically gave him the outline of how he could now basically, let's talk about some of the things that Donald Trump is planning on doing. So first of all, I could tell you that from my sources that were around him today, he was pissed off and said some crazy stuff. He was calling them effing cowards, the courts, F the courts. He actually had an outbreak at the governor's lunch while this was being announced. He was pissed off about it. It's crazy. But then basically he made some phone calls and said, "Okay, let's put it into effect." Well, I guess what "let's put it into effect" means was Plan B, and what I was reporting on, I was telling you, is basically He came out and if those of you didn't see the press conference, I'm going to be putting out in my letter later on. But basically, Trump came out, and said that he is now going to announce an extra 10% global tariff. He's also specifically using Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974, which allows tariffs to be up to 150 days addressed while fundamental international payment problems are addressed. He also plans to expand the action under Section 301 on the unfair trade practices, basically going even further than he was planning on, to even farther. And the biggest tell of, showing you that, he doesn't care what the Supreme Court said, because he has people on the Supreme Court, like not only like Brett Kavanaugh, but also Clarence Thomas. And don't forget Clarence Thomas going back, and his wife Jeannie, and the January 6th. And tomorrow we're going to discuss that, a lot of that stuff. But all of these relationship, all these backdoor conversations, it was all being set up, and that's why in the dissent they laid out the groundwork for Trump to get even more vicious and more aggressive. And the one thing they didn't do, and which is completely absurd, is what good was it for them to tell you that no, you can't do it, when they didn't give a solution, when they left the solution to Trump, and when Trump basically was quoted as saying that he is not giving back any of the money. Basically, nobody said he has to give back any of the money. He's not giving back any of the money. So, folks, basically, yes, it's a win because Trump got embarrassed on the world stage because of SCOTUS telling him he can't do it. But at the end of the day, he is basically going to do it, continuously do it, disregard what SCOTUS has said. And this is some of the things that we've been talking about for a while. That when you disregard, people say, oh, when SCOTUS does it, he's not gonna. Well, you see it, folks. SCOTUS has come out, has basically told them that this is illegal. And what has he done? He has basically embarrassed them. He has insulted them. He has called them names. He has called them out. And he is now basically working around that as a backup plan that they have to be able to put, I guess, plan B. Or again, this is all part of Project 2025. This is all part of, Donald Trump is not the one, I like the way he said there. I know this very well. Because it's written down for him. He has no idea what it is he's doing, what he's planning on. He's being right now run by people behind the scenes like Miller, like Vaught, telling him, finding these sections in the Trade Act, and also by people like Clarence Thomas, by, that his wife, Jeannie, we've already suggested. For those of you, make sure this is a good segment about tomorrow, because tomorrow we have a special guest with our coffee and tea with Lev and Dean. Make sure 12 o'clock Eastern, everyone shows up. We're going to have ex-Congressman Denver Riggleman with us. For those of you that know who Congressman Denver Riggleman is, he was on the January 6th committee. He helped decode. He is now releasing text messages from the January 6th committee. So tomorrow's going to be a very special, everyone is special, because we're going to go into a lot of the stuff. And Dean, the way Dean helps out, keep the mode, make sure you have your coffee, your tea, or whatever, have your breakfast, relax. We're going to have Ludmila and my son Daniel join us and give us some positive energy. We'll try and bring some of you up for questions and Q&A. So tomorrow's going to be a great day, really great special. So make sure you tune in at 12 o'clock Eastern with Coffee and Tea with Lev and Dean. It's the #1 show on Saturday on Substack, folks. So keep it up so we stay #1. And tomorrow's guest is going to be I promise you, you're going to hear some stuff about January 6th, about some of the stuff, people in there, text messages, stuff that me and Congressman Riggleman are going to talk about. And I'm going to give you the other side where I was involved, because me and Congressman Riggleman, a lot of people don't know, are very good friends. We've been, talking and on the same team, helping going back to Hunter Biden's defense team when we first met. So definitely make sure you join us tomorrow. Also, I want to make sure for those of you that haven't yet, that are just joining us, if you haven't yet, make sure sign the petition. That's because folks, this week also want to make sure you guys know it's going to be a major busy week. So on Monday, I'll be traveling to Washington, D.C., because we got the State of the Union address. But instead of the State of the Union address, we're going to have our State of the Swamp address, folks. So it's at 7 p.m. Eastern, right across the street at the National Press Club. I'll be joining some incredible heroes, some incredible people out there like Robert De Niro, Senator Wyden. We're going to have Jim Acosta there, Rep. Swalwell, Tom Arnold, my dear friend. George Conway, who's running for Congress in New York, and the incredible Glenn Kirshner, who has my vote to be the next Attorney General. We're going to have some Dan Goldman's going to be there. Joe Walsh, our dear friend Joe Walsh, is going to be there. A slew of a lot of people. Let's see who else. Wajahid Ali is going to be there. Brian Karam, Abby Lowe is going to be there. And you know who else is going to? Ellie's gonna be there. You know who else is gonna be there? I'm gonna be there. I'm going to be there. That's Tuesday. We're going to be live streaming from there. I'm going to be doing a lot of special stuff for all of you out there, and we'll do some special stuff for the paid subscribers. So if you haven't become a paid subscriber yet, it's a great way not only to support our cause, support our movement, but also get some little perks like being able to communicate here in the community in the chat by being able to ask questions coming up. And when we do have these special events, when I do go on the road, I try to do like special just paid subscriber lives and give you a little like green room stuff and all kinds of stuff. So if you can, please become a paid subscriber, because besides the support, it also allows the algorithm, allows to spread the word and get the message far and wide. But for those of you that can't, I totally understand, and I don't want you to feel out of place. This is a family, and if you can become a paid subscriber, subscriptions are for free. No paywalls. So the information is for free. The perks, unfortunately, that's, we'll give it to them, but the information is here. You'll be able to be on every live. You'll be able to get all my letters. And because the important part is for you to be able to spread the information far and wide, so we could be able to grow our movement, grow our family, to be able to, because we have a lot of big news coming, folks, next week. And I want to make sure that you guys are all prepared, because a lot of great stuff is coming. Also, if you can become a volunteer, that's levpttp at proton.me. We have a tremendous volunteer group led by Jay and others, Pegs Riled Up and others. Please, folks, if you can, if you're a paid subscriber, a regular subscriber, a follower, joining the volunteer group costs no money, but it puts you, on our team, of trying to get speak truth to power, and get accountability for all of these perverts, all of these criminals, and get justice for not only the Epstein survivors, get justice for each and every American that's been suffering through all this, each and every human being out there in the world right now, from Ukraine to Palestine to Israel to Iran to all over the world, South America, Venezuela. I mean, you name it, from all of the countries that are, to even Greenland. Just think about Greenland, those poor people, all the anxiety that they went through just because Donald Trump is using them as a tool to be able to maneuver and manipulate what he's doing with Vladimir Putin. So, for everybody out there, we are that voice. So, and that's why it's very important to become volunteer. And for those that can go the extra mile, I put the GoFundMe and the ways that you could contribute in the letter, in each letter. And for those of you that are out there, believe me, your contributions, your Venmos, your GoFund, I mean, it's just incredible. If it wasn't for you, believe me, there's no way I'd be able to be doing this nonstop, 7 days a week, 24 hours, to be able to fight the fight that we're fighting. It's thanks to each and every one of you. So as long as I told you there, I gave you my word, I gave you my promise, and my family's all in. As long as you're with me, I'm with you, and we're going to take it to another level. And this year, it's all about action, no more talk. And that's why Monday, we're heading to DC. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to be in DC. Again, lots of meetings, lots of Congress people. Tuesday is going to be a amazing day. Gear up for it. For those of you that are going to be in DC, for those of you that are going to be at the event that have bought tickets, I know a lot of people, not subscribers, a lot of followers from all of our Substack community here are going to be there. I look forward to meeting you in person. I look forward to taking some selfies with you. I look forward to, just saying hello, giving you a hug, and just saying thank you for all the support. So definitely put on, what's it called? Tomorrow, we're going to tighten up some of these stories that are breaking overnight, some of the stuff that I brought to you. There's a lot that we uncovered today. For those of you that are joining late, and for those of you that have been listening from the beginning, I recommend when I put this out later that you go through it again. There's a lot of important information that I'm giving you today. There's a lot of stuff that we've been talking about for over months that's coming to fruition, and there's a lot of stuff that is on the works that's happening. So I recommend that you watch it again if you have time. What time? Tease at usually at 12 Eastern. If it changes to, I will put a message out. But if you don't get an email from me, it's at 12 p.m. Eastern, Saturday. And tomorrow we have a special lineup. We're gonna have Denver Riggleman join us, ex-congressman. Also, he's gonna bring, and you don't want to miss it because he's gonna bring the receipts. Usually, I bring the receipts. I'm gonna also bring some receipts tomorrow. I always bring the receipts. I'm not gonna let anybody outdo me with the receipts. But Denver's gonna be bringing some incredible receipts, text messages from the January 6th, going back, showing you what was going on, the connections and everything else. So make sure you definitely you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a 2-hour special. We're also going to have my incredible sister Ludmila and my son Daniel give our end of Saturday positive energy message to hopefully put us on a good track. And we're also going to be with you. So for all of you paid subscribers, get your questions ready. Usually what we do is we have in the chat, just start up a chat tomorrow morning. Put your questions in the chat. And if somebody wants to come up, I recommend you put it up in the chat. So this way I'm going to look at it through the morning before we go live and check to see what questions you got. Some of our volunteers will help, because once we go live, it sometimes gets crazy and a lot of people, a lot of questions, and it gets very difficult. And I want to make sure I give you the best. A lot of you really have some incredible questions. As I say, there's no stupid question. There's never a dumb question. All questions are great. So don't be scared to ask. Olivia Troy is going to be there. Absolutely. Don't be scared to ask your questions because I love answering them. So, but definitely do it in the chat. Anyway, folks, my wife is calling me. It's time for dinner. I wish you TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I hope you guys could unwind today, relax a little bit. Yes, a lot of crazy news. We had some good stuff, some bad stuff. It's another week of fighting. But we're, the number one thing is we have our health. We have each other. We're, like my sister says, we're alive another day. We could smile. We could breathe. We could walk. We got to be thankful to God for what we have, and we have each other. And I'm thankful to that. I have this community, this movement, this family we've built. I'm grateful to each and every one of you, and I appreciate all the support that you not only give me, but you give my family, but also the support that you give some of these incredible independent journalists. And I don't know if you see, but I try to support them. I go on their lives whenever Ellie or Zev or any of them are out there. I try to support them. Go out there, Nick, Paro, all of these great guys. And now we got Eric, Dr. Eric's going to be joining, the team coming out there, bringing information. And that's part of it, supporting each other. That's what this platform is about, unification. Remember, we're running on unification, no division, no hate, no anger. Sometimes it does get, some of these subjects, folks, they're just so heated. Sometimes it does get emotional. Sometimes, our emotion gets, sometimes things are said, sometimes yes. But at the end of the day, we are all trying to get to one thing. Hopefully, at least our family, our community is get to the truth. Doesn't matter where the truth lies. Doesn't matter who's going to be implicated in the truth. Doesn't matter who it is. We need to get to the bottom of it and deal with it. Because yes, some people made mistakes, and if they could admit it, they could move on with them. Some people could never admit it, and it is what it is. But we're going to keep fighting to be able to speak truth to power. Together, we will succeed, and we will get our democracy back. So, I want to thank you all for joining. Wish you an incredible rest of your evening, whatever you are doing. Make sure you go kiss your kids if you haven't yet. If you got home, because we get so crazy, we forget. I'm going to go kiss mine again. I kiss them at least 4 or 5 times a day because it just gives me love. So go kiss your kids. Give your loved one a call. As my sister always says, if you feel like you need to call your mother, or you need to call your father, or you need to call your sister, brother, a friend, or somebody you haven't spoken to, pick your phone up. Give them a phone call because you never know. You could really change something in that person's life and pay it forward. And try to, be positive and try to, keep a smile on your face, because the more we smile, it's a proven fact, folks. The more you smile, the longer you will live. So try to smile, and so we could prolong it. Love every one of you guys. See you tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. Coffee with tea. Coffee and tea with Lev and Dean. Love you guys. It's going to be great. Special guest, Demma Riggleman. See you tomorrow, guys. Take care.